Everybody, this is A7X Fan Ben, and this is the hourly campaign, part 15. So we'll see if it'll work or not. Hopefully at least the recording will work, but I don't know, my computer issues are actually increasing, so eventually I might try to solve those before trying to see if this is going to work or not. It says unsupported resolution. And I looked up fixing that, and I don't understand how to yet, but it's playing so far, so whatever. Alright. So I'm in turn 14 now, and the Americans are up, and they're exploring their home island right now. So here comes the Americans, and the Deceptive Bounty is given an explore action, so I'm going to mark the island. Well, actually, I probably won't, because it's their home island, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Just going to go up, make sure. Okay, so they do have a little crew chip here. I'm going to put that on the island to mark it as their home island, so this island won't produce resources, of course. But I will check out the coins. So we'll see what the Americans get, see what kind of UTs they get. Shipwrecked Noblewoman, Cursed Orchid, and Whirlpool. Oh, Whirlpool is going to be nasty. Nice. Alright. So Whirlpool, I'll play that one last. These two other ones are customs. Cursed Orchid, I think that's mine, right? I believe so. I should know which ones are mine and which are not. I'm going to go check just to make sure. I feel weird about it. That's the thing about my custom set, too. I think I reached about 850 game pieces this past week. So it's totally out of control, but in a good way. Yeah, the Cursed Orchid is from Pirates of the Epic Seas, my custom set. So, alright, it seems like the video is working on YouTube. Who knows? I mean, when I had that stream that was like 8 minutes, that was actually a full hour, but it didn't work. I don't know what happened. It was like it streamed normally the whole time, so you could watch the stream, but then it's like the recording of the stream was totally bogus. And same with the recordings. The recording was only like 8 or 9 minutes as well. So the reason I changed the resolution was because of the message, the encoding overloaded message, which I think was the problem 2 streams ago in the hourly campaign. So, and I'm not seeing that message yet. I saw it earlier on a test live stream a few minutes ago, but it's not there now in OBS Studio. So basically just want to be able to, stream the game or at least have a recording of it. So whatever. So Cursed Orchid is one of my UTs. Roll a d6. The result is how many crew on the ship are eliminated at the end of that many turns from now. But the Deceptive Bounty has no crew, so I'm just going to ignore it. So that one's going to go out of the game. So they chuck the Orchid into the ocean and are not affected by it because there's no actual crew on the ship. In terms of gameplay, Shipwrecked Noblewoman. When revealed, this unique treasure becomes a crew with the ransom and second chance keywords. This crew automatically links to any friendly ship she is present on. Alright, that is cool. Okay, so you get ransom. Okay. I think I'm gonna make it a crew. Well, no, I guess I might just do the UT. Links to any friendly ship she is present on, so basically it won't take up card space. Well, actually I will make it a crew because that's, okay. Yeah, this is weird. This reminds me, this is from Al Cazador's set, which I know because second chance is the way he abbreviates reroll. I just call it reroll because it makes the most sense to me, but second chance makes sense as a keyword. So I'm actually going to move these deck plates down, the American deck plates here. I'm going to move those down here, closer to where their home island actually is. Move these a little bit. And then I'm going to make the Shipwrecked Noblewoman an actual crew. At least soon enough, anyway. I'm going to make sure I do it right. So that's cool. So you basically get a free reroll crew via the UTs. That's nice. Alrighty. So now there is a crew, but I already talked about Cursed Orchid, so I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm just gonna leave the points blank, I guess. So I'm gonna put second, or no, I'm gonna put ransom reroll, and then link deceptive bounty. Apply. All right. So at this point, I'm just going to put the UT in the top left with the Cursed Orchid. Go back over to the bounty, not to the Ring of Fire. And then the big one, though, Whirlpool, well, might be the biggest one, probably. Immediately move the ship into the nearest Whirlpool, and then follow the Whirlpool rules for ship placement and damage. So they discover Home Island, and kind of like the pirates who had one of their ships flung soon after discovering Home Island or whatever, the Americans are going to get yanked into a whirlpool right away. Alright, so it looks like the nearest one is the one to the southwest. So she's going to get yanked into there, and I'm going to resolve that soon. But first I'm going to put these UTs in the top left where the UTs are being collected, basically. Because I'll probably reuse at least some of those, if not a bunch of them, with treasure replenishments and things like that. So, alrighty. So I was going to check the code, actually. I wanted to see if there was anything on it in terms of the Whirlpool UT. So that's what I'm off to now. Alrighty, so wine, let's see, might not be in here. Yeah, I feel like this is something, I think this is a question I asked, but I can't remember if it was in the rules thread at MT or at my site. The Whirlpool UT isn't in here in the pirate code. Because I don't know if you have to actually put the ship at a different Whirlpool or if you can just do the same one, but I guess not, because I'm pretty sure the answer is no. Because it wouldn't make sense based on what the UT says. So I think the Deceptive Bounty is going to go to the west, actually, near where the whatever, I forget what ship this is, the Stellar, near where the Stellar is. Yeah, so they're not going to go very far. They're just going to pop over to the west a little bit. I'll do the damage in a second. So the Deceptive Bounty. So she discovered the American Home Island. Then next turn she's going to dock at a Wild Island. So kind of a weird mix here. So I'll roll for the Whirlpool. So she rolls a 3. So she has to lose a mast or crew or treasure. So she'll lose a mast. Alright. So that's that ship's turn. So now the Americans have a home island, but now they don't have any ships at it. So that's kind of weird. And then the Stellar. Now that the Americans have a home island, the Deceptive Bounty can signal to the Stellar that that is the case. And I think the Stellar is going to head back towards, well, she might go to this island actually. Oh yeah, I know. The Deceptive Bounty can also signal to the Stellar that the Barbary Corsair ship near the American home island was not hostile towards the Deceptive Bounty. So seeing this other galley on the horizon, the Stellar thinks that maybe that ship won't be hostile either. So I'm going to take a chance on that. And then the final American ship is the Anchor, who is headed towards this cursed island that has metals on it. Okay. Alright, so that's the American turn, so now I gotta do a few things logistically. So now there's only 2 turns left until the next resource change, as I head into turn number 15. Alright, and I think that might be the last home island discovered, I think all the factions now have a home island, because the Americans were struggling more than any other faction. I think they're the last ones to get one. So that's cool. So they're in business now as well. Alright, so go back to the French in the northwest here. And yeah, it's been a while. Kind of rusty. Gotta check some UTs. Unicorn Pearl. And she might head back to the same island. Or, no, I think she'll go due north. Because I already have a few spices in case that becomes valuable. Might as well explore new islands, new territory. So she's going to head due north and check out the island they saw on their way into the ocean here. And then these ships are just moving home. So that's really basic and easy. This one lost her helmsman, I think. So she's going pretty slow. Yeah. She has an abandoned helmsman, but nope. That's not it. Napoleon, Resurrection Codex, and Fake Roman Sword. Alrighty. So, the French are done. That was really basic and easy. Now I can get to the Cursed, where the Defeated Killness is going to try to offload some UTs onto the Opal Shrine. Looks like the Wisp is ready to head out on another fog hopping expedition. Ignores islands. Yeah, she's got all these defenses now too. Yeah, the Wisp is ready to roll. She's got some good stuff going on. Got 4 positive UTs that she can use. So she'll get into that fog bank next turn. And then they've got some ships just running some resources here. They have 7 ships. Yeah, I think that's the most of any faction. And then, yep, I see the other 3 all right here. So let me just figure out which one. Got a slight traffic jam. Pretty much the first traffic jam of the game. And the Lizard Sting she doesn't have a helmsman, I don't think. Nope. Hopefully my fan won't mess up the recording on the audio. It's going pretty loud right now. But, oh well. It's usually worked okay in the past. Especially more recently once I fixed some audio issues in like 2017 when I first started making videos. That being said, I'll probably get music up soon either way, so pretty basic turns still. I don't know if there's going to be much excitement this round, or this session I should say, but we'll see. Yeah, it looks like a pretty basic turn for the English as well. Alright, well the stream is better now. That's weird. Cool. Forgot to turn the volume back on. Alright, thanks for watching, anybody that's here. I changed the output resolution for the stream, and it does seem to be helping with the encoding overloaded. I haven't seen that message on OBS Studio yet, but the YouTube, when I started the YouTube live stream, it says that the resolution is not supported, so I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, basically, right now the Khartoum just explored the island that the Dutch have also explored, and she's got 2 crew, 5 cargo. Runes of Wealth takes up a cargo space, unfortunately. It's kind of a bizarre effect, really. So she's going to take aboard 2 of the spice tokens to fill up her cargo hold, and then Runes of Wealth triggers. When the ship has reached her cargo capacity, roll a d6. Replace the value of each non-unique treasure on the ship with the result, then remove Runes of Wealth from the game. So I'm going to do that. So I don't know what the worth of spices is right now. I don't really care too much. I guess I'll peek at it just to see if they make out well or not. So on a die roll of 3, I think or no, it's 4 right now. Wait, let me make sure. Let me make sure first. All right, yeah, 4. So there's 2 turns left at a die roll of 4. So that means metals are the most worthwhile. So spices are only worth 2 right now. So Runes of Wealth could actually work out pretty well for the Vikings. So they roll. Oh, nice. All right, nice. So they get 2 6s. So that's a weird one because I'm just gonna give them 6 coin, like the 2 coins worth 6 gold, because that's how the UT would normally work. Since I'm using resources, I'm not really converting gold into gold in the first place, so it's kind of bizarre. I could make a house rule where, I mean, either way, it's a house rule. I could say that the spices become the number 6 resource, which is luxuries, but I'm just gonna say 6 is the value. So I'm gonna put 6 coins, but face down. So this is actually gold. So basically convert spices into gold with the Runes of Wealth. And either way, the Vikings make out really well there. And then it says to remove Runes of Wealth from the game, which is kind of awkward because then all of a sudden the ship doesn't have her cargo capacity filled up. So it's pretty dumb. The Khartoum will probably redock to grab a spice token next turn. Although, actually, the Vikings already have spices on their home island. I didn't know that. So they already have some. So actually, they probably won't waste a turn doing that. Or use a turn doing that. They might, but I wouldn't really count on it. We'll see. Could be worthwhile, because it takes a while to get to islands, because there's a decent amount of spacing between the islands. So, whatever. So Runes of Wealth benefits the Vikings. And it's like that's the end of their turn. The Frost is just going northeast back to the island she had explored earlier. They got wrecked by one of the UTs. Alright. And I think I'm going to use, so the tokens, I noticed that the Vikings and the Dutch accidentally were using the same color token. So I'm tentatively switching the Dutch to a white token and having the Vikings take the light gray. So that's what I'm going to do right now, at least. That's the plan. So I'm going to switch this one over as well and get on to the Dutch turn. But with the Dutch, they got to explore. So that's exciting. I think I'll do that first. So they have 5 ships. I'm missing one of them, but it must just be somewhere else. I'm seeing 1, 2, I saw 3, 4 up higher. I don't know if one's way in the east. Maybe one went through a whirlpool. I don't know. Oh, yeah, it's right up here. That's the one I was just talking about. All right, cool. Oh, nice. Yeah, so she's going to dock home this turn. All right, so first what I want to do with the Dutch at the beginning of their turn here is explore this island. They have a new island to explore, which is exciting. So the Braic will do the deed. Let me make sure. I made this mistake, like I think a turn or 2 ago. Okay, so she only has a helmsman, it looks like. Yeah, so that would leave her with 2 cargo spaces open. So she's going to explore, mark this island for the Dutch. I'll do the resource roll at the end. Let me do the UTs first. Here we go. Another island. Plague. Ooh. Oh, man. Alright, so Dutch get hit with Plague right away. Manawa no Kohatu. That won't have any effect once the Plague hits. so there's no point in bothering. I could apply this first, but then it would just get nixed anyway. So the plague hits first. So it's ignored for now. So I'm going to put this back on the island, especially because I saw the plague first, of course. So, alright, so that's going to stay there. The plague kills the helmsman and comes aboard the ship, unfortunately. I will roll for the resources, and it's a 6, so luxuries. Now the key is the ship can't dock at her own home island now because of the plague UT. So that's really bad. So I'm not really sure. I guess they might launch a ship just to get rid of the plague, and then they can... Yeah, that's what they'll have to do. They'll have to launch a ship. This is kind of similar to what the pirates are doing in Vassal Campaign Game 4, launching a ship just to take plague away from a ship that has resources or other stuff on it, so that ship can dock at home. Alright, so the Braic loses her helmsman to the plague, but it does allow her to take a 3rd luxury token. So she's loaded up now. Alright, so kind of a net negative at this island for the Dutch. Plague is a really nasty UT, but it might work to their advantage in the long term. We'll see. They've got a ship coming home here, but she's got cargo, so can only move L. And then I've got Jack's compass ready to roll. I see a straight line from that ship, from the bow of that ship to the Dutch home island, so they can save a ton of move actions right here. Jack's compass, so dock the ship at your home island. If you can draw a straight line, it doesn't cross anything, so that'll go. Put that in my locker for convenience. Actually, I'll just do that now. I'm just going to put it in the northwest corner where the rest of the UTs are. Once I get up there, and that's the same effect as homing beacon if it sounds familiar. Another duplicate UT, homing beacon, and Jack's compass, the same one. Alright, so now the ship is going to dock our home island here. And it's the Rijger, so she'll have a little bit of stuff aboard. But I have no idea what, so this will be interesting to rediscover. She's got letter of marque. Okay. And then, I don't know what this is. Necklace of the sky. Wait. Maybe I'll have to redo this. This is bizarre. Might have to undo. I'm just going to say she already had the spices aboard. This doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that's the Rijger there. I'm going to say she had a spice aboard. I don't know why she never loaded it. So, hopefully I'm not cheating if there was something preventing it. I don't think so, though. I don't know why she wouldn't have loaded one, because she has 2 cargo spaces with one face down UT and one face up. Then she'd have a cargo space. Alright. So I'm going to say she took a spice, and then since I allow UTs to be unloaded at home islands, I think I'm going to put Necklace of the Sky on their home island. That's a really, really good UT they could use in the future, no doubt. So they definitely want that locked up rather than on a flimsy one master. Ooh, abandoned helmsman, that's nice. Braic might use that one. So they have a spice on their home island, but like I said earlier, spices are only worth 2 right now, so they're not going to cash in. I mean, it's not quite the end of their turn anyway, so. But that looks like 3 out of their 5 ships that have been given actions now. Now I'm going to look at De Griffioen and find her up here. Yeah, she's loaded up. She's got 6 things on that ship. So she's full of food, and then she's got power cannons and weapons. So this one is really loaded. Nice. So that'll be a nice thing for the Dutch to get home eventually. It'll probably take quite a while. She's got to go all the way around this Sargasso Sea obstruction and then turn north to get home. So she's not going to be home for a while probably, but looks like I'm overlapping the Sargasso. So let me redo that. Okay. And then the last ship to go this turn is going to be the Sardem, which is a ship that's going to explore before too long. Oh, she has a couple UTs. I didn't know that. Nice. So she's headed for the middle of this lagoon. It's got Abandoned Explorer and Fruit. Oh, yes, I remember now. So she basically doesn't have any cargo spaces open. So this is going to be their scout ship, basically. So she's an Explorer, but Fruit takes up the final 2 cargo spaces out of the 3 on the ship. So she can explore islands to like clean out negative UTs and see what resources are on islands. So with her help, the Dutch can learn what islands might be worth going to and which ones are not. Alright, almost halfway done. So that's the Dutch turn. And then I think the Corsairs are next. Just make sure I know what I'm doing here. Yep. Corsairs go before the Jades, even though they're to the west, because the Corsairs didn't like their starting location too much, so they whirlpooled to make a home island in a completely different location than where they showed up. Tangier has a random UT, at least so far, and then Helmsman and Pharaoh's Legacy is their big 4-master. So it looks like she's headed northeast. She could try to go to the Ring of Fire, but the reefs could be really nasty. Oh no, ignores terrain when given a move action. Ooh. So she might go straight to the Ring of Fire, actually. She was going to go northeast towards that other island, but I think she should just turn east, especially with those abilities. And reroll could help her deal with the reefs as well. So, or at least guarantee that she won't get wrecked, shipwrecked, going there and back, going over reefs twice. But with the ability, she shouldn't even have to worry about that. And then the Tangier is headed towards that island. She sees the turtles swimming away, but she's probably not going to attack them. Doesn't really know what faction they belong to, so just some random sea turtles swimming along. Alright, so that was easy. Now we get to the Jade Rebellion, which is a little more complicated. This looks really awkward. I don't know if I finished this turn properly last time. I'm already confused. Alright. I know Nemo's plans is on the sea, Panda. Marksman's map, based on I'm going to do that first. Oh, yes, they use Nemo's plans with spices. I remember that. I don't know what these coins are. I'm really confused. 5 and 7. Alright. Yeah, this is just... something's up. Something is funky. Front Saga. Hopefully they'll use that again. They don't need Runes of Power right now. Huh. So I'm gonna see what I've got here. Okay. So with Marksman's map, they're looking at the island east of the Ring of Fire. And they already found the Gauntlet of Pestilence, which is not a good UT. So they're going to see what else they can find. Ah, it's the same one. Darn. Huh. Alright, they need to put these UTs somewhere else then. I don't know what's going on there. That was weird. That was a mistake on my end last turn then. Usually when I spy UTs, I try to put them in a different spot on the island so I can look at a different one the next turn, but oh well. Alright, so kind of a waste there. Tiger Lily. Mostly just has luxuries aboard. So she's sailing home. And same with the River Crystal. Still doesn't have a helmsman, but she'll get one eventually. Alright, so I gotta figure out what happened here. Let me see what they have. thinking that means they just have 12 gold. Because I remember them getting something home and then they would double it with the spices. I still don't know what the 2 is for as well. Oh! I think I might have an idea. I think somebody chucked a 2 there. I think that's Spanish. Or somebody had like a treasure trading ability and chucked a 2 to that island. Because they took a 3. Yeah, wait, let me see if, let me just try to confirm that here. Trying to sort this out. Yeah, the San Jose has a island treasure trading. So she took a 3 metals token from that Jada Island. So that 2 is actually just a resource. That's a random 2. And it's off the island because it's only one of them. There's only one textiles token on that island, whereas the island produces the one in the middle, the 3, which is metals. Alright. And then it's really bizarre, the Jade Home Island, but basically the resource rule is 4. I'm pretty sure she just brought back a metals token, the Sea Panda, and then it was doubled. I don't know why it's 5 and 7 instead of 2 6s, but and I might, after this stream is over, I don't want to interrupt this session, but afterwards I might try to look at a past last turn or something to see what even was going on here. So I guess they have 12 gold. I don't know why they didn't spend it. Very bizarre. I'm kind of hesitant to even do that. So I really don't understand the full situation. They might as well use the frond. No reason not to use that. There's really no reason it would be face. I thought they got it last turn, so it should be face up anyway. Yeah, they have 12 gold. I don't know why they wouldn't. It doesn't make any sense. So the Frond of Saga is going to be used again here, of course. The Sea Panda. And she gets a 4, so nothing happens. So she doesn't get that bonus. But she is going to go back to the north and hit the trade current on the way out for 4s speed. Alright, so the Jades must have 12 gold to spend. And so that's what I'm going to attend to now. So they definitely should have spent it last turn. Assuming I'm not messing it up at all. So they're going to spend it now and see what they can get with it. Nice song. So the Jades, with the 12 gold, they bought two massive junks with no crew, Sea Lily and Sea Rain, for 7 and 5 points. S plus L speed, S plus S speed, both with 2 cargo each. So that takes care of them. So they got 5 ships now instead of 3. And now that means I'm on to the next faction, which is the Spanish. We've had a somewhat interesting game so far. And they've got some ships with resources, and then other ones are headed out for resources. So these are both moving SLS, I'm pretty sure, with their different characteristics. San Jose has a helmsman. Hoya Briante has a captain crew, which means she gets S plus L speed, or plus L to her base move, plus S to her base move with that. Oops. And then the Rosario is their newest ship. She's headed southeast to the island that the Pacifico was at. And along with my fan problem, usually VASSAL works better than this, but it's not VASSAL, it's my mouse clicker is it double clicks sometimes. The last few days it's been acting up with that for whatever reason, so sometimes when I click it pretends that I clicked twice, like at the same exact time. So that's why there's a few glitches, if you've noticed that. So it slows me down a tiny bit, but whatever. Try to fix that soon too. Alright, so there's that. So Spanish just moved. Okay, so now we get to the Pirates, who've had some ups and downs in the early going here. They do have turtles headed towards their home island here, so I'll move those first. So they move S towards home. And then Runes of Death was cleared up because the Black Crow was able to repair, and the Runes of Death eliminates itself once the ship has no masts. And then she's got a positive and a negative UT, but in general the Black Crow is finally ready to set sail again from the pirate home island. She's got some abilities. The island treasure trading might help her, so she has to figure out where to go. And she's probably going to go south to some extent. Yeah, probably go southeast for now. Probably pretty much due south, actually, to that one island. Because the one to the east, you can see on the screen now, has the Sargasso Seas, which are not friendly at all to one masters. So now I'm going to fly up to the northeast, where the Brigands Nation is going due north, I believe. Pretty much, yeah, because she's going to round Earth. That's what I remember. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, she's round Earthing to get to that whirlpool there in the southwest, or southeast, I should say. But she has more going on than that, which I should have done first, but whatever. So that's why she has so many resources. That one's been resolved. So I think the message in a bottle, that's just going to get moved to the northwest. I don't need to see this again. That's already been resolved. That's why she's in the northeast instead of the southwest. And now we can see if the genie is going to change factions, but he doesn't. So on 6, faction, the nationality is going to stay the same, so there's no chance at an extra action. He states Jade Rebellion. And that's the pirate turn, so that was pretty quick. Alright, this is good because I'm going to get through more than a full round, which is good. So then I can leave off in a better spot. I keep leaving off on the Americans, but they're the last faction to go, so it's kind of strange. I mean, it's not a big deal, but anyway. So yeah, so we come back to the Americans. Got a decent pace today. Not as many like big things happening, I suppose. Oh yeah, the ship got chucked around through the whirlpool. Okay, that's why she's over there. Okay, so the Deceptive Bounty is going to dock at this island. She does not have an explorer, so she'll have to wait until next turn to do that, to explore. Stellar. So now we've got two pairs. The Stellar can hail the Tangier at this point. So now we've got two pairs of American and Barbary Corsair ships that have sighted each other. So and they have home islands close together. So those are two factions that will definitely see some interaction, whether it's hostile or not, who knows. But so far it's been cordial or friendly enough. So the Anchor as a helmsman, she's able to easily reach that cursed island, but no explorer for her either. So that's that. That was really quick as well. That's good. Zip through some stuff here. And that's what I was afraid of. I don't know where the hell she went. Oh, that's her, I guess. All right, I'm going to hit undo. Yeah, see the double clicking problem just like reared its ugly head and like checked the anchor in a weird spot. All right, so that's the end of the turn. So I'm going to get into turn 16, it looks like. I'm going to mark that before I forget. And there's only one turn left. So turn 16 is the final turn of the resource change duration here of 4. So this might be the last turn for metals to be worth 6 gold, but who knows. We'll have to find out next turn, which will be next session, probably. But first, we'll do the French. Yeah, there's a lot of movement going on. I think a lot of the Wild Island exploring and stuff happened in a similar time frame. So now there's a lot of moving back towards home, things like that, and unloading, such as right now. I'm going to move the Night Jewel first just to finish that up. I like to do the big things at the end of a turn, if anything, take care of the easy move actions first. So the big stuff for the French this turn is the Palil is able to dock home. So it's nice. They get luxuries, which are not valuable right now. I think they're worth 3 gold each. So they're not going to cash in, but it's nice to get those home. And she also has a couple UTs. She'll keep that one. And then the fake Roman sword, that one's just kind of irrelevant. I could just chuck it overboard, but I think they're probably going to keep it as kind of in case they get boarded and lose or something. That wouldn't really help with my boarding rules. I don't know. They're going to keep it on their home island for now, and maybe someday it'll become valuable for some reason. Who knows? Actually, yeah, if they get, the French have, I want to say they have a ship, yeah, the Bonifacio maybe. I think they have at least one ship with the Carbon Charlie ability, so they could sacrifice the Roman Sword UT and turn it into an extra cannon. So, definitely not worth chucking overboard. But now they've got 6 resources, none of them are in the top half of resource values. The French are really hoping resource change is somewhat momentous because that would probably make the resources pretty valuable. But for now they're going to sit tight. And looks like, oh god, this is where it's going to get weird. Alright, I don't know if this is going to happen right now. Let's see if the Opal Shrine can get there. Nope, okay. So that'll happen next turn. Basically the Fetid Killness has a ton of UTs, including some negative ones, but the Aegis Shield custom UT has protected her from the negative UTs. But next turn, now that they've met, next turn the Fetid Killness probably will be given an Explore action to give some positive UTs that she doesn't need or want to the Opal Shrine. And then I'll have to house roll some stuff, I think, because it's going to get weird. But that's alright. The Wisp goes into a Fog Bank. Death Lullaby is headed home. Yeah, I feel like I'm making good time on this session, which I like a lot. This game is kind of slow at the beginning, a lot of move actions. Pretty decent distances between islands can slow things down too. But I like the more realistic big ocean. And I anticipate this game becoming a lot larger than Vassal Campaign Game 1. That probably won't happen for like years from now, but eventually I'll need the space I have on this ocean. So Vassal Campaign Game 1 at its peak was like, it was so big that the ocean, even though it was a decent sized ocean, it was like almost too small in a way. Or it kind of looks too small, because when you've got like hundreds of ships on the one ocean, it kind of looks kind of comically small, because in real life it would still, 200 ships would barely show up on an actual map of the seas. So looks like that's all 7 cursed ships, so they just moved. And I don't know what else they would do. Or like, I don't know, I could be forgetting about UTs. I've checked the defeated killness a bunch of times, so I know that one is not relevant yet. So those ones aren't either. I'm just checking these just to make sure I don't forget anything. They don't need fog banks right now. The Wisp already has some. By Home Island. I'll have to remember that. I'm actually just gonna put this right next to the Nightmare right now. That's my way of marking that I need to remember something with the UT. I've already talked about that, but instead of having the UT on the deck plate, put it like right next to the ship, so when you move it or take any action with it, you're forced to like be like, oh, what's this? And then see what you're supposed to be remembering. So if it's on the deck plate, I'll probably forget that the UT is even on the ship sometimes, not always, and that's why I'm checking so often with all the factions, because I don't want to miss stuff and have some faction accidentally cheat, as I call it. So don't need to accidentally cheat. So the King's Cove, back to the English already. The Patagonia docks home. That's cool. Man, I'm really liking this faster pace. I'll try to keep it up into the future, but UTs and launches really slow things down, and you can't really rush these campaign games. You won't have as good of an experience. So got a free explorer there. So the Americans drop off some spices. Similar to the French, they've got 2 different resources, but none of them are valuable right now, so not going to cash anything in. So hopefully next turn they might be able to with the change. Eventually I'll do some random resource changes as well in this game, but not quite yet. Same action twice didn't work, but that's a good thing, if anything, because it would be wasted. Actually, no. No. She picked up spices last turn. So the King's Heart she's already sailing off because they already explored the island, so she doesn't need to explore this turn. She picked stuff up last time. So, all right. Not much time left, but I should at least be able to do the Vikings, and maybe more than that. Yeah, this is flying. This is great. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anything, but whatever. For the Frost, she's got like a chain shot. Oh no. Oh, that's her ability. That's what I remember now. Protection from Davy Jones. Yeah, she's got a chain shot ability. Alright. That would be interesting to make like UT equipment UTs. Or chain shot as a UT. I mean, the ammunition UT is like that, but maybe make it more specific or different. And the Khartoum, she's not gonna. Well, yeah, I guess she'll redock. The reason she's gonna redock and take a 5 coin is because, well, she has the cargo space open from last turn, where the Runes of Wealth is removed from the game once it applies. But they're so far from their home island, they might as well spend 1 extra turn at the island to grab a spices token, because you never know if that's going to be worth 6 gold maybe by the time they get home. So they might as well take it. So their cargo hold is filled up again, and that's the Viking turn. And I think I have time for the Dutch. Nice. Yeah, this is crazy. This might be a record for, well, maybe not from this, maybe the first session or a couple sessions were, but probably approaching a record for most faction turns in a session. So I just did the Vikings. I'll probably end on the Dutch, but we'll see how far I can get. The Dutch are next. Yeah, this is where it gets a little more complicated. They always seem to have a decent amount of stuff going on. Plenty of ships, plenty of exploring, plenty of action for the Dutch. Alright, so I'm going to do the Stardom next. So she's going to dock at this island. And she is an explorer, but she doesn't have any cargo. So they're going to mark this island as explored for the Dutch. And this is actually pretty interesting, because this is a gold island. Because it's in a lagoon, and this was not available as a home island. So I'm going to look at the gold. Well, I got to look at the UTs first. I can't resist. Sword, English Royal Decree, and Homemade Flag. So that's cool. Oh, this is great, because none of these take up space, I don't think. So she can actually just load these up. This is actually great, because the Stardom can, even though she can't transport resources or gold back home, because her cargo hold is filled with the Explorer and then the fruit can't be unloaded. So there's nothing I can really do about that one, other than eliminating it somehow. But That being said, she can easily transport these and then either unload them at home or transfer them to friendly ships out at sea or near home. So that's cool. The English Royal Decree, Sword, Homemade Flag. None of those are amazing, but they're all positive UTs, and Homemade Flag is actually pretty good. So the Stardom loads up some nice UTs there. That's really good for them. Awesome. So even though she doesn't have any card space left over, they don't take up space. So she loads them up. And then the gold is going to show up in a second here. Put this in the corner. So make a stack of 35 coins, 5 of each number 1 through 7, shuffle it, and put them face down on this island. This gold will replenish in some form when no coins with a gold value remain on the island. So that's what I'm going to do now. So 5 each of numbers 1 through 7. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm just gonna make sure this is the right number before I start making stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so that's right. Cool. I'll finish the Dutch turn soon. Alright, I just had encoding overloaded, but now it seems better again, so hopefully this will work, but hopefully at least the recordings will work. If the stream is bad, maybe I'll be able to upload the recording to YouTube, but anyway, so finishing up the Dutch turn. I don't know where the Rieger is going to go yet. She's got S plus L speed, so decent speed. She's probably just going to go southwest, and yeah, actually, there's some 7 coins on that island, so those are worth more than any resource will be worth, so they might as well go that way. I don't double click on accident. And then the Braic will be the final ship to move on their turn. That's the one with Plague. Huh. Alright. The Dutch, for all their exploring, they still don't have any launches yet. Their ships don't have a lot of cargo, and most of them are still trying to figure things out, trying to get home and stuff, so. I'm thinking the Z-Witch might, she's probably going to intercept the Braic with the Plague, but I'm not sure though. That's a tough one. Let me see the abilities here. Or at least of this one. Okay, that's not. Interesting. I'm not really sure what they're going to do with the plague. The Reachger might actually move back and intercept the break to take the plague, but I don't know yet. Huh. All right, so that's an hour, and that's the wrap then. So let me make sure I leave off on the right faction. So the Dutch just went, so the Corsairs are next. I'm going to mark that. And then the 9 turn, this is the final, this is the 9th turn, final turn of this resource duration of this resource change. So we'll see what happens next session when it changes again. And I'll see you next time for part 16.